Hey everyone, SweetJohnnyCage here, back with another guide for Elden Ring. This time I'm going to show you how to fight Black Blade Kindred, the gargoyle guarding the Bestial Sanctum. This boss is very difficult, however it's a one-on-one fight and the Site of Grace is right in front of it, so you're able to try this over and over in quick succession so you can learn it pretty easily. When the boss has his sword out, he has a bevy of quicker attacks than when he has the axe, so it's kind of a trade-off. He can run around and do a lot of backslashes. You got to be very careful for those. When the boss sort of stances out and charges, he can do one of two things. He can either run and start flailing around, or he can do a forward stab, and then you can just roll through that and do a bunch of damage to him. When he switches to his axe, you got to watch out because he's going to attack immediately. Like, taking it out is an attack, so don't think you have some free opportunity to deal damage to him. Some of his attacks in this axe form are somewhat delayed, so you have to make sure you are holding your roll or your dodge until he starts actually moving towards you. So you'll notice that he sort of flies up there and flutters for a second and then slams down. I can't tell you how many times, and it's going to happen in this video, can't tell you how many times that he flutters up there and I just immediately roll thinking he's going to slam down right away. He doesn't. You got to watch for when he moves toward you. So when he takes out his sword, a lot of the time, one of the first things he'll do is do a charged beam attack. For that attack in particular, you want to roll to the left. Don't roll to the right against that beam. It arcs to the right, so you're almost guaranteed to get hit. The other big thing for this fight here in sword form is that the boss can do a two-handed slam when he's over you. The thing is that he's going to slam twice. It's not a quick thing. So you gotta wait for that second one before you do anything. This attack here, this major one where he sort of throws the axe in a circle and comes up with two big shockwaves, you just want to get out of that. If you're feeling risky, you can roll through both big swings and not take any damage, but it is a big risk because if you don't have high enough health, that can one-shot you, especially if you get hit in the back. So, you know, your mileage may vary there if you're going to go for it, but good luck. It has been done before. I've done it. Not whenever I've meant to do it, but it is possible. So this is basically the fight. The boss will just keep switching between sword and axe, and then that's pretty much it. When you notice it fly away, chances are it's going to do the beam, but I'm not sure if you're able to tell there, but it does sort of arc to the right, so you always want to roll to the left, or if you're far enough away, just walk away from it to the left. You should be able to dodge it just fine. So when the boss does a backslash, he will almost always stab forward. You got to watch out for that. And then again, when he's switching weapons, he is also attacking. So just be careful. You don't want to just go in for free damage because it doesn't exist. There is no free damage in this fight. That's kind of the moral of the story here. So when the boss slams down, if you're on a slope, it can be really tricky to dodge it. And you're pretty much on a slope the entire time, unless you were to kite the boss all the way down. But I'm not sure if he would despawn there. When the boss is on a slope, you have to keep in mind that if you are facing downslope and he's facing upslope, his attacks are going to hit you faster than they would otherwise. So you have less safety in terms of dodging the attack. When you get hit with the red sort of shockwave, it doesn't build Scarlet Rot. Basically, it's Blood Flame, which is a flame that just sticks to you. And normally Blood Flame would build Bleed, however that didn't happen. So I'm not sure if this is really just supposed to be like a slow burn sort of effect, but even after that shockwave is done, if you got hit by it, you're going to still be taking damage. So pay very close attention to your health bar, otherwise it can tick down and you'll die without really understanding why. It's because of that flame. So you gotta be very, very careful. So we're pretty much ending the fight here. I'm just trying to get some opportune time on the boss to start dealing some decent damage. His head is the weak point. When you are facing downslope, you can jump and get headshots. It does basically double damage, but it is very hard because the boss is quite bulky, and a lot of time his weapon is actually guarding his face. It's not necessarily that he's deliberately blocking, but it's just the way the weapon is positioned. That's sort of what happens. So we're going to probably get one more sword phase here. And with that big axe attack, you can roll into the downward slam and get some free damage. That is one way to go about it. But you do need to be careful because that slam, if you're not at full health, or if you don't have enough health, it can one-shot you. So you got to be careful. So this beam, again, arcs to the right the further it goes, so just always dodge it to the left. Last few attacks. That backslash is always going to get me every single time. So that is just a big scoop that he does. Like I said, when he charges his sword, he can do one of two attacks. He's either going to flail around, or he's just going to do a big slash. So he probably has 1 HP here. 1 HP left. And now he's dead. Great. All right, so that is Black Blade Kindred. Not too hard of a fight. It's very deliberate, and you're going to want to get familiar with this fight for one later on, or maybe you've done one later on, so this is, you know, somewhat familiar to you. But these are my stats: longsword plus 19, and that's it. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment. I'll do my best to help you out. If you're looking for more guides for Elden Ring, please subscribe to the channel so you get alerted when new guides go live. If you're interested in supporting the channel monetarily, please consider becoming a channel member by clicking the blue join button below this video. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and join my Discord. The links for those are in the description below. As always, I'm SweetJohnnyCage. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.